In a world where characters have master plans involving things like attacking other people with giant cannibalistic monsters, making walls out of giant cannibalistic monsters, and becoming a giant cannibalistic monster yourself, Zeke Jaeger might be the worst of all. From his first appearance as the Beast Titan, it was clear that Zeke was a little different. Well, thanks to Attack on Titan's final season part 1, we now know just how messed up Zeke's plans truly are. The Jaeger family. They're basically one of those wholesome sitcom families like the Brady Bunch, if the Bradys traded out a family band for a vast conspiracy involving forced Titan powers, memory loss, and betrayal. So let's chart out this messed up family tree. First, we have Grisha Jaeger. Grisha was born as an oppressed Eldian in an internment zone in the country of Marley. The harsh realities he had to face living there turned him into an Eldian restorationist. He married a woman named Dina Fritz, and the two had a son. Eventually, the two were betrayed and arrested by the Marleyan government. Grisha was forced to watch as Dina was turned into a Titan and dropped onto the island of Paradise. Before he himself would be dropped next to her, he was saved and given a new mission. He would become the Attack Titan and steal the power of the Founding Titan to end Eldian suffering. Turns out, this actually caused a whole bunch of Eldian suffering, but the restorationist movement was all about the long game. Grisha then made a new family with his second wife, Carla. Eventually, he was able to track down the Founding Titan and consumed Frida Rice to steal its powers. Then, he turned his son into a Titan to consume him so that he could take both powers and finish his work. This son, Eren Jaeger, fought against the Titans, discovered the secrets to his powers, found his father's journal, and eventually declared his own war on Marley in a particularly dramatic fashion. That just leaves us with Zeke Jaeger, who actually might be the most messed up of the bunch. He was enlisted into the restorationist plot pretty much from birth. His father signed him up to be trained to possibly become a Titan warrior, but he showed a lack of skill in the field. Eventually, he discovered that the restorationists had been discovered and betrayed his parents in order to save himself, his grandparents, and other restorationists. Despite this, he vowed to continue his family's work, just in a really messed up way. He succeeded in becoming the Beast Titan and eventually met his little brother while fighting in Paradise. The two met and decided to team up to end this whole Titan drama once and for all. Though, again, I gotta say that this plan is straight up crazy. Young Zeke had a strange mixture of his parents' pro-Eldian viewpoints and his grandparents' anti-Eldian ones. This mixed into Zeke's mind a contradicting sympathy for the Eldian plight and an understanding of the Marleyan hatred. To Zeke, the problem wasn't that Eldians were oppressed and needed to be saved, or that Marleyans were right to hate and fear Eldians in the first place. No, to him, the problem was that these two groups of people would literally never stop fighting, and it just needed to end once and for all. Once Zeke found out about the Founding Titan, he instantly came up with a pretty out there plan. You see, the Founding Titan comes with the ability to control other Titans through its screen. So when young Zeke was given this information, the plan he came up with to end the suffering of his people was to end his people. That's right, Zeke's big master plan is to make every Eldian sterile so that their suffering will come to an end and the world will be able to move on. For this plan to work, all he really needs is his brother to get on board. Since Eren has the Founding Titan abilities and Zeke is of royal blood, the two of them could work together to make sure this is the last generation of Eldians. Pretty solid plan, right? Well, is it? Alright, so let's just deep dive into this nonsense from Zeke, starting with the idea that he's helping Eldians by wiping them out. I really don't think Zeke has done the math here. There's no denying that the Eldians have seriously suffered under the rule of Marley. At this point, it seems unlikely, even with the powers of the Titans, that they would ever be able to truly get back to what they had before. So I kind of get Zeke's logic that the future is just never gonna be bright for them. Here's the thing, though. One generation of Eldians living through the last days of their people in a horrifying existential nightmare is probably more suffering than all of the suffering before. Their entire society would collapse and devolve into more chaos than they have now. Though yeah, this would end the Titans, which have been a blight on mankind pretty much since they first stomped on a puny human. Though I'm not sure that this would really fix this problem either. You see, at this point, the Titans are a pretty big part of Marleyan society. The country has created a vast empire because of their power, and they're kind of essential to keeping it. Knowing the Attack on Titan universe like I do, I'd bet that Marley would get conquered in a pretty brutal fashion, and there's a solid chance that the remaining Marleyans would get stranded on Paradise to start living that Eldian life real soon. Sure, there's a bit of poetic justice in that. I'm just not sure it accomplishes literally anything he thinks it will. The world is full of vast ideological and sociological issues that can't be solved as easily as you want them to, Zeke. Maybe try asking Armin what to do with his power. Hey, he's the smart one, just saying. Unfortunately, we will have to wait yet again for more Attack on Titan to show just how all this goes down. I don't know about you, but I don't think a happy ending is in the cards for Eren and his friends.